Hi, welcome back. This is Professor Beaulieu, and this is EDU 213, Writing Mini Session number 2. And this week, we are focusing on one of the most common errors students make when they're trying to communicate effectively. Subject-Verb agreement. The following slides have been created to support your understanding of the many problems, specific problems that trip writers up when it comes to subject-verb agreement. And once again, we are going to start with a pretest. This time there are only 50 questions, and so it's a little bit shorter in that way, but on the other hand, only probably 3/4 of those are multiple choice questions. There are several written responses where you're going to have to correct a sentence, specifically the subject-verb agreement or the pronoun antecedent agreement problems, or that you'll have to just type in specific words that are being used as a certain part of speech, such as a prepositional phrase, etc. So, again, your score is not going to be, it's not going to count towards your final grade in the class on this pretest, but you will earn completion points. So give yourself at least half an hour, find a good quiet time that you can concentrate and just do your best, okay? And then you will get the results, to target which areas that you did not master. So inside the test, the way I created it is that when you get the results, the test feedback will specifically say, if you missed this one, go to this slide in this document so that you can relearn or learn a particular area that has been giving you a problem. Okay, now I just want to mention, I'm not going to read this all to you, but I'm going to mention that this is not a complete grammar course, okay? So there are lots of things that may come up, and if you have a question, feel free to email me or to call me or to text me or to ask one of the other professors about a specific thing. Dr. Sonia is a great resource. So not every single detail is going to be covered because we only have 1 week. Okay, now, these are the things that are going to be on it. You are going to have to be able to identify the parts of speech, specifically subjects and verbs. You are going to have to identify whether they're singular or plural so that you can make sure that you're using the right form of a word. Direct objects and prepositional phrases, I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. They're not the end of the world, but it's very, very helpful if you understand where they are. Then these are the problems that I see the most often in academic writing. Here, there, when people write a question, things get mixed up as far as syntax goes, either and or, neither and nor, and making the pronouns agree with them. Collective nouns are sometimes a problem, indefinite pronouns, and then errors. This is the ultimate goal here is to help your subject-verb agreement and the pronoun antecedent agreement. Now, you'll notice on that second slide that I do use a pronoun approach, because if you can identify your pronouns, then you know how to manipulate things more easily. So, this is a table of contents for this document that you should use after you get the results of your pretest, and then you can just control click and it will take you right there, or you can scroll, it doesn't matter. Now this is the definitions and color-coded key, and every single slide in here has a copy of it, of this key, and it's a link back to this slide to help you. So it's color-coded. So when you see something on a slide, if you're trying to learn and you're like, why is that infinitive this color? What does that mean? You can come back here. And also, just to let you know, anything that has an underline, any word, will take you to a link to help explain more if you're confused. Okay? Prepositions over here. All the subjects are red and all the verbs are purple. That's really probably the most important thing that you really need to know before you start getting into the slides. Okay, so I hope that this was helpful. Feel free to contact me. Good luck. You can do this. Toodaloo.